Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Heather. I hope you guys are doing well. And, there's many people that watch my videos, not just dentures. But this can probably benefit many people. I'm talking about the 5 stages of grieving and how it affects people in the denture world. It's not just when you lose somebody. This can happen whether you lose a limb or, you lose a family member or something majorly happens in your life. You go through it until you start accepting it. So before we get started, guys, don't forget to hit subscribe down below and that little bell button that's down there. Click all so you don't miss my videos, my giveaways, or anything like that. Also, do have a second channel, Inside the Mind of a Diva, which has soon to be doing. This is going to be coming up this week. A new palette I got. That's literally brand spanking new that came on the market recently. And I have Heather B. Denture Diva on Instagram and Facebook. So you can follow me, you can private message me, you can get a hold of me anywhere. I do that to be open with everybody so they can actually have somebody to come to and not have to, a lot of people just make videos and they don't answer them. And, they're like, oh, it's a lot of people that, to answer questions. It is. But you take the time out and an hour or two a day and you answer them no matter what. Sometimes I don't go to bed till 2 in the morning, but I know what it's like to not have somebody to come to. So that's why I try to make myself available to everybody. So the 5 stages of grieving, guys, does affect dentures. And how do I know this? I went through it. You don't get it soon. You don't start as soon as when you get dentures. You go through as soon as when you find out you have bad teeth. So the first one you would have denial. First of all of them is, I even wrote them all down because I forget the order. It's denial, anger, bargaining, and acceptance. Depression. Let me redo that. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Sorry, guys. So the first one's denial. So if a dentist comes to you and say, hey, listen, your teeth are bad, you might need to get dentures. Some people will bargain to themselves like, if I just get all this work done, I'll stay on top of my teeth, I'll do whatever I can to not end up doing dentures, blah, blah, blah. So they'll spend thousands and thousands upon dollars, and within a year or two, they still up in the same place of getting dentures. So you bargain of, what can you do to not put yourself in that position? And we all have a lot of regrets. I lost my teeth. It had nothing to do with not taking care of them. It just had to do with I was on an autoimmune suppressant that took out my teeth. I had a really bad infection all through here. And it went down to my teeth and I got them all out. So it sucked, but I didn't even go through the denial stage of that. I was in so much torture for 5 months of that bad infection, being on clindamycin nonstop for 5 months. I don't know how it didn't cause C. diff. I don't know how it didn't mess up my stomach, but it did it. It's weird. That antibiotic is like one of the only antibiotics that don't mess with me. Does a great job with abscesses though. But we all go through that denial stage. Most of us. Some people, have accepted it way before they even get dentures. But this process can start before dentures, definitely, is really when it starts. A lot of people are just like excited but nervous to get them. Some people are, scared and they're doing everything they can, living in denial, doing everything they can to not go through that process when the inevitable is to get dentures or dental implants and all of that. And if you want to know about dental implants and the damage they can cause if you get them. So the oral surgeon, whoever takes care of your teeth, prosthetic-wise, they'll tell you all of it. They can end up hitting a nerve and you can have nerve damage. And it literally feels like you have an abscess in your mouth the whole freaking rest of your life. It sucks. The second stage is anger. People get angry, whether it's at themselves or not taking care of it. They get super pissed off at themselves. And I mean super mad. Where it's like, it's normal to blame yourself if you didn't take care of your teeth. It's normal. Then you have people like me. I had pregnancy gingivitis because pregnancy ruins your teeth. There's no way around that. If you have deficiencies, I've noticed that doctors don't really check deficiencies unless, like your vitamin levels, unless you're showing symptoms of a deficiency. They really should check it once a year, like they would your normal blood work. The CBC panel and all of that. They really should. Because calcium, that alone can destroy your teeth if you don't have enough of it. If you don't have enough vitamin D in your body, that can ruin your teeth. If you have dry mouth, that can ruin your teeth. There's so many reasons why people would get angry over having to do this. Like, why didn't I just take care of my teeth? Why was I lazy? Why didn't I stay on top of seeing the dentist as much as I should every 6 months? When I went to I get people are scared of going to the dentist, But if you don't take care of your teeth, the inevitable is you going to the dentist anyway, whether you're scared or not. I mean, I don't know one person who's not afraid to go to the dentist. I don't know one person. I was one of those people that were afraid to go. Every time I went, something bad happened. So I was terrified to go. Like, I once had an infection so bad from a dentist. Instead of doing a root canal, he actually just filled over the infection. A huge abscess, which I still have to get removed. Like the sac and stuff. So it doesn't keep happening. But he screwed up. And the infection was so bad, no Novocaine in the world would help me. So they had to do the root canal without any numbing. That sucked. Sorry, guys. I got bad allergies. So my voice is getting a little raspy. So there's many ways you can have anger. Many examples. So many. I'd be here all day if I could name them all. The third one is bargaining. Now, case in point, like I said before, people will bargain and be like, all right, I'll do like freaking 10 root canals and I'll now be perfect with my teeth. I'll now do this in exchange of not having to get dentures or dental implants or whatever you're choosing to get done. You know, there's a lot of things like, oh, if I do this with my life, you know, or you can even bargain with God. I've seen many people do that, just like when somebody they know is in the hospital and they're like, you know, I'll go to church more, I'll pray more, I'll do whatever, please just make them better. That's bargaining. So you could definitely do that with your teeth as well. You know, you can even bargain with your dentist. We all go through it. Not only that is you can bargain after you get dentures. It can happen at any time. Everybody's stage starts out different, or sometimes it's hard for people to even understand or believe it's even happening. Like it's just an outer body experience type thing. Everybody's so different the way they handle things. But I tell everybody, you know, get through the stages. Get there and accept it. Because that's the only way you're going to have a better denture life. Like, I got dentures at 33. Did that suck? Yeah. Yeah, it did. But the only positive is I got my smile. But what I got to look out for is bone loss. To where when I hit 60, I probably won't have any bone left to use dentures. You know, there's a lot of things you go through. But in the beginning of when you first get extractions, the first week and a half sucks for most people. Some people, great, you don't have pain. Good for you. But the rest of us have excruciating pain like I did. And I was bargaining with God at that point. I was in so much pain. And this is how I figured out my tips and tricks. Because I mess with things. I see what will work. I'm allergic to ibuprofen, so I had to take a bunch of allergy meds. And I had to keep my EpiPen on hand. Taking ibuprofen. So I couldn't go over 400 milligrams. But I noticed that when I took it 400 milligrams 30 minutes before, I was able to get out my denture with ease without so much swelling and pain. So because I used myself as an example and like was everybody's guinea pig, that's how I got all my tips and tricks. Same with adhesives that nobody wants to pay for or try. Because you never know if it's going to work. Or I give details. Like, I'll tell you when it starts to give. That's why I tell people, dentist doesn't even tell this to people. You need to wait for your adhesive to dry. It's a glue. It's a glue. So if you're drinking water, the water is going in and it's never going to dry and then it's going to come out within a couple hours or less, or maybe 3 to 4 hours. You know, that's why I tell people stay on top of your soft free lines in the beginning. Because if you have water coming in, that means you have too much space already. You have to get a soft free line, fill that space, then you can use adhesive and it'll be tight in place. So I learned so many things as I went. But I went through depression when I first got dentures because I was pissed off. I went through like every stage of this within a month. Every stage. Yeah, I was bargaining with God. I was like, please take away this pain. I can't do it. I can't freaking do it. And I was not going to give up and take out my dentures. Because when you first get them, you guys have to understand that your mouth then forms. It's also part of the pain. Your mouth forms to your denture. So if you take out your denture now, like me, it's been 2 years of my tops. I'm still in like 7 months with my bottom immediates. So when I take out my tops, I can feel the denture is the exact shape of what my mouth is. It takes time for your mouth to do that, but it's painful. You can't give up on the process. You can't. Because if you do, you're now not going to have any teeth. You're going to be depressed. Like, there's so many aspects of why you would get depressed. If you give up on your denture journey, you're going to get depressed. Because you don't have a smile. You're not supposed to eat on just your gums. You can cause abscesses. you don't even understand the bad that comes with it. Your jaw was not made to eat food bare on it. You have got to wear your dentures. They're just not cosmetic. And people have said, oh, my dentist said they're just cosmetic. Your dentist must suck then. Because no, it prevents malnutrition. And if you have a problem eating with dentures, the only reason why people have a problem eating with dentures is security fit of the denture. That it doesn't move and causes mouth sores when it moves, right? You can't eat when things are wiggling, moving around, and all that. So you have to have a good tight fit of your denture, and that relies on your dentist when you first get them. I didn't need adhesive until my second month. I was able to eat whatever I want at 1 month. So that just goes to show how great my dentist did impressions. But I was so depressed that I went through this at such a young age. And I've been through so much already in my life. Like, I've been through everything but shot. Never been shot before. Knock on wood. Never been shot. But I've had many other bad things happen to me. And I'm like, why does everything bad keep happening to me? Why? What the frick did I do in my last life to cause this? Because I know I'm a good person. I do whatever I can for anybody. Stranger or not, I'd give them the shirt off my back. I'm just like that. But I went through a lot mentally with this. And then when you go through the depression stage, it's like you become lazy with your denture. You don't wear them. You know, you can lose weight in this stage only because you're not in the mood to eat. 2, you're not doing what you can to get the right secure fit of your denture. So then you can't eat because you don't have your denture in your mouth. So then you get malnutrition. You're not getting the nutrition you need in your body. And your body can eat the muscles. Like, I've been through all of this. Your body will eat your muscles. It will do all that. So you got to keep it. You got to do whatever you can to have a good quality of life with your dentures. That's why I built a support group. Because some support groups out there, guys, let anybody in. And they're abusive. They're messed up. The admins don't do shit about it. Like, I've had admins be a-holes to me when I first started out. They're like, well, everybody keeps asking the same question. I'm like, great, I just got in the group. Scanned the group, didn't see it. No reason to be rude and disrespectful. They're like, oh, you'll figure it out. So what's the point of this group? So everybody asked me to make a support group. So I did. It's called Denture Support Group. Why nobody ever thought of that name? I don't know. But I have that group. Yes, I have tight security. Yes, I want to protect everybody. I don't understand why people can't answer the questions right. I say, in detail, tell me your process. They'll give me one sentence. I'm like, or they don't agree to the rules. Or when I say, make sure you read the rules. Do not, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, deny. And I go through people's profiles to make sure they're legit. If people have like 10 people, no. They just made it, I will not allow them on it. Unless they personally message me and tell me, listen, I made this profile strictly for this group because I don't want people in my life knowing. I get that. Let's be real. Friends and family are like a high school drama clique. They like to get all up in your business, even when you don't invite them. So I've seen a lot of people go through that. A lot. That's why I say no hashtags. No, none of that. No sharing links. Because then other people that from the outside world can see what we say, where the links have gone. So you got to be careful. So I'm always careful with my group. But I built a group to help against depression. I make myself available to everybody so I can talk to them. And they can talk to me about how they feel and have somebody with a positive outlook to help them with their depression with it. Because you can't get to acceptance until you get through all of these. Some people accept it immediately and they have no problem, which is cool. That's actually pretty damn awesome. But some people have a really big hard time adjusting to dentures. But the main issue for dentures, it's all the same. It's a good, secure fit to your denture. That's the answer to all the problems. Everybody's like, oh, I can't eat with them. They pop out. Soft reline. Get a soft reline. If you have a warranty with your dentist, they cover it. I prefer people to do it on their own if they don't have a warranty because you know where it goes. Put your top denture in your mouth. It's not exactly in the right spot. You put the thumb at top L, you push it forward. That's the exact spot it's supposed to be in. So then you get the correct fit. Like I do my own denture fit soft reline. Guys, that was a tight suction. Jeez. I don't use adhesive. I don't need to. I can eat steak. I can do whatever. you know? When you're in your permanent, I mean, I'm not my permanent bottom, and I could do that, which I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm going to be real with you. But if you have a good soft reline done properly, which I learned, guys, and that's why I teach everybody else. But it all boils down to the same thing. Positive mindset will give you a positive journey. Surround yourself. You become what you surround yourself by. And I learned that the hard way. If you're around people that are just like negative Nancy's, you're going to become one too. So that's why I say surround yourself by positive, because you become what you surround yourself by. It's true. I saw that happening to me when I was around certain people, and they were like lazy. They don't do anything. They're just act meh all day. And I'm like, nah, I got a life to live. I'm not going to just sit around and do nothing all day. I can't do that. I go do what I need to do. But don't let this journey get you down. Don't let it destroy you. If you have I think it was about 2 months in, I woke up one day and I was like, listen, I'm not going to let this shit control me. I'm going to do everything in my power to make it work. And that's how I found tips and tricks. Is because I was a guinea pig and I tried everything that could possibly work with my denture. Until I figured out, if your denture's super loose, do soft reline. It fixes the problem. It makes it a correct fitting denture for that moment. You can use adhesive, and those bitches ain't gonna, if you fix it in Ultramax, that, if you have a right fitting denture with any adhesive, but fix it in Ultramax, holds it so tight in place, even everybody comes to me like, Heather, you're right, I can't even get it out. How do I get my denture out now? I'd rather have somebody have that problem and be able to eat whatever they want than have the problem of they can't eat and they're not putting in the effort to figure out what would work and do it. Like, I've told people 1,000 times how to accomplish something in detail, but they still won't do it. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to help you if you won't do what might help you? But Fix It in Ultramax is such a tight secure. When I first started out, I used Fix It in Scope, but you don't want that minty shit while you're eating. No bueno. So, it's not good at all. So I tried Fix It in Ultramax, and that's when I was like, wow. Then I figured out my Q-tip trick. Put a bunch of adhesive in there, like the Q-tip, smear it all around, all on the inside of the denture, then pop it in. You have very minimal, if any, none of adhesive ever coming out. You wait 45 minutes before you eat or drink, those things will be tight in place. But a lot of people don't think they need to get soft relines. Or sometimes with their warranty, they don't even offer them, which I think that's insane. Because in your immediate denture, you need to have soft relines done. And because of the warranty you signed, you can't do your own work. So that means you can't even help yourself in any way. They're like, wait 6 months, we'll do a hard reline. No. Because what are you going to do for the first 6 months? It's super loose, bro. With all that. No. Always read what you sign before you sign it. Always. What entails in that warranty. What you're getting out of it. How long. Like everything. Everything detailed. I did a video on that too, so people knew ahead of time. But eventually you accept it. If you allow yourself to accept it. You know, once you figure out the problems and your life gets better, you start accepting things. And like, wow, this is cool. You start liking your smile. So many people love their smile now. And it's like, as I'm helping people like with soft relines and adhesives and how to do it and what to look for and everything, it starts to give them a better journey. And I love that part of what I do because I love seeing people happy. It makes me happy. I like seeing people, their life better. But we all go through the 5 stages of grieving. We all do. You know, it's bound to happen. But with the 5 stages of grieving, it's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, like I said before. And as denture warriors, we go through it, but make sure you don't get stuck at them. Because it will make your life, your mindset is what makes your life. So if you're like angry, pissed off, whatever, that means you don't want to do whatever you need to do for your denture. You get pissed off at every little thing, and you just not want to wear it, or whatever the case is. Or I always hear, well, my mom has, you know, dentures, and she don't clean them. First of all, ew. Would you like suck on your fingers after you go to the food store every day? Like, no. Clean your denture, clean your gums. Good quality of life, guys. Take care of your investment. Because we're with these for like 7 years. And they wear down. They're only plastic teeth. So the more we eat, the more they get smaller and smaller. People with, 20 years of having their denture, I'm like, do you even have any more teeth left? And they're like, well, no, barely. That's why we had to get them. And I'm like, always get new dentures between 5 to 7 years. Because they get really bad out of shape and they wear down. Just like anything. But I'm always here to talk to you guys anytime. I answer everybody, any questions. They want to vent to me. They need some positivity to get them through that day. I'm always here. That's why I do this. I don't get paid for anything I do, guys. I'm not sponsored. And by the way, if you're sponsored by a company, you have to say it in your videos. There's a little message that says sponsored, and you can't be monetized for that video. So that's how you know when somebody's sponsored. And if they don't say they're sponsored, they can get deep shit, and their channel will be taken down eventually when they get caught. But all I do is want to help people. That's why I started this. And I was very weary about going on the internet because I get shit all the time from people. I get death threats. That's why I tell people, be careful. If you don't have thick skin, luckily I'm from the hood, but if you don't have thick skin, you might want to think of a different job to be a YouTuber because people are rude and messed up. Sorry guys, I'm back. Thomas was banging on the door even though it was unlocked. Mom life. But I love you guys. God bless. Stay safe. And I'll see you on the flip side. Have a healthy, happy denture day. Later.